Hey friends! It's always super shocking and pretty hilarious to go back and catch all that subtle adult humor that completely flew over our heads as kids. We all remember the Disney show Jessie, right? What a sweet, innocent show for kids and preteens that made us laugh and kept us entertained.
Well, at least my face is now dust-free.
But also, friends, newsflash. Jessie was no exception to the kids' shows with slight adult humor. Today we're going to be discussing those times when Jessie crossed the line into the world of adult jokes.
It's time to play a little game I like to call Rub-a-Dub-Rhoda.
Before we dive in and discuss, go ahead and click subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll never miss out on our future videos. And give this video a thumbs up if now, as an adult, you got a good laugh out of Jessie's more subtle jokes. Let's get to it.
Hello, I'm Luke, and you are?
Way too old for you.
Well, we imagine these jokes are put into place to give our parents little tidbits of entertainment as they sit through yet another children's show. Well, the title of the episode, Bad Fellas, is already a little nod to Goodfellas, which is definitely not a children's movie. Well, in this episode, Emma falls for Vincent, a wolf in sheep's clothing, better known as a bad boy. Well, it seems like Jessie is really the only person who sees Vincent for what he is, a bad influence on Emma. She starts changing the way she dresses, how she speaks, and it just solidifies Jessie's inkling that Emma is only going to get hurt by Vincent. Even Ravi and Luke think Vincent is an awesome guy, but we know the truth. And Vincent is not a great influence on, well, anyone. As a thank you for setting up the screening room for his date alone with Emma, Vincent hands Ravi and Luke bathroom passes. Well, Ravi is confused and says, "These are passes to the girls' bathroom." And with a super annoyingly confident, pretty disgusting manner, Vincent responds, "You're welcome."
Wait, these are for the girls' room.
You're welcome.
Ugh, Disney, what are you teaching kids to do? Well, obviously that was super not okay, and now we know what that was all about. But as kids, we thought, well, maybe there's a long line in the boys' bathroom, so they get a pass to the girls. Yay! Let's talk about Mrs. Chesterfield. It's clear she has a little more than a crush on Mr. Bertram, but in her rich and selfish manner, she has a less than savory method of showing it.
And I just can't get over this breathtaking view.
It may have started out with him saving her dog Zeus's life, but it definitely grew from then onwards. She has flirted with Mr. Bertram with phrases like, "You want some fries with that shake?"
You want some fries with that shake?
And repeatedly smacking him inappropriately on his butt. He definitely doesn't look like he's enjoying it, which is very alarming to us viewers, but considering the two, spoiler alert, do end up kissing later on, we loved watching their little romance unfold. Well, in one of the episodes, Mr. Bertram and Zuri are watching a marathon of their favorite show, Found. Of course, which is a play on many adults' favorite show at the time, Lost. The two try to stay awake, but end up knocking out. When Mrs. Chesterfield and Jessie walk in and see them sleeping, Mrs. Chesterfield makes a comment that scarred us for life. She said that watching him sleeping there, snoring, all adorable, makes her just want to squeeze his cheeks.
Oh, Bertie's so adorable.
He's all sleepy boy. I just want to squeeze his cheeks.
Uh-oh. Then Jessie takes the joke further to drive it home and says, "Please tell me you mean his face."
Please tell me you mean his face.
Ugh. Considering Mrs. Chesterfield's track record, we most definitely do not think it's as innocent as her squeezing the man's face. It's so adorable watching the siblings grow up and learn new things. But even though Jessie is their nanny, some topics are off limits, even for her. The show explores all kinds of dilemmas, parts of growing up, crazy situations, and things constantly going wrong, so that we're hooked in every episode wondering how they're gonna solve it. Well, when Zuri's pet rabbit escapes, and it's a total accident, but definitely Jessie's fault, she gets a different rabbit and paints it to look like Zuri's, hoping that Zuri won't be able to tell the difference. But Zuri is not one to be fooled, and she recognizes that the new bunny is definitely not hers.
Her spots are coming off, and she smells like Mom at their hair appointment.
Well, that super awkward moment is saved by Mr. Bertram screaming in the kitchen, super scared of the bunny that's actually Zuri's pet. In all his fear, he manages to point to the dumbwaiter. When they open it up, there are tons of adorable baby bunnies in the shaft. Aww, how How cute was it seeing Zuri's face light up like that? Well, what happens next definitely crossed a line we didn't even know it crossed as kids. Zuri yells, "Where did all these bunnies come from?" To which Jessie responds, that conversation is above my pay grade.
Wow! Where did all these bunnies come from?
That conversation is above my pay grade.
Ha! Way to have your boundaries, Jessie. Friends, what did you think while watching Jessie? Had you already learned about the birds and the bees, or did you completely miss the joke? Definitely let us know in the comments. Well, speaking of crushes, we all know Luke has a fat crush on Jessie from the moment she's introduced to the family. And he constantly goes out of his way to let it be known.
I'll never wash this face again.
But sometimes, friends, Luke's jokes would showcase just how much he's thinking about girls and all of the things he wants to do. When the kids get assigned a photography project to take pictures of New York's flora and fauna, we never thought Luke could turn that into a humorous reference to his love of females. But of course, he responds, "Ooh, I hope those are hot Latin twins."
Ooh, I hope those are hot Latin twins.
Slow down there, little man. You're in 7th grade. You would think that the punchline is the end of it, but in true Luke Ross fashion, he had to drive the point home with a double whammy of flirty remarks. Upon the quick realization that flora and fauna are most definitely not hot Latin twins, Luke turns his attention back onto Jessie. She asks whether he has an off switch, which made us laugh, and Luke replies, "Yup. You want to try and find it?"
Yep. You want to try and find it?
Ah, come on, guy. You're all over the place. Well, in true 12-year-old boy style, Luke pretty much shoots his shot whenever he has the chance, something we notice far more clearly as adults. There were definitely some broken romances throughout the seasons of the show, but one that stood out very clearly was that between Jessie and Brooks. Jessie falls head over heels. She literally falls on him at one point, but that's neither here nor there.
Are you okay?
Jessie Prescott, very single.
She falls head over heels for Brooks, and the two officially start dating. Aww. Well, later on, Brooks actually gets down on one knee and proposes to Jessie, and she says yes. But unfortunately, she freaks out and bails on him on the wedding day. Runaway bride? Poor Brooks. But we understand that she had to do what she had to do. Well, Brooks later emails Jessie from Africa, and she feels so guilty for bailing on him that she just runs off. The rest of the family assumes she's hopped on a plane to chase after him in Africa, so they actually head over there to find her and console her. I mean, wouldn't you try and check to make sure she's not still around before traveling halfway around the world? Well, chaos runs the show and made it that much more entertaining. When they arrive, they find that Brooks is dating someone new. And of course, Luke can't help himself when it comes to a beautiful woman. He starts flirting with her and she sets him straight pretty quickly, telling him that she can neuter him in 5 minutes.
Watch it. I can neuter anything in 5 minutes.
And of course, that doesn't stop Luke. He says, "So I have 5 minutes?"
So I've got 5 minutes?
We can only imagine what he wanted her to do to him in those 5 minutes. The little guy is persistent. I have to give him credit for that. Well, friends, there you have it. Some adult humor that seemed very off-brand for Disney at the time, but very funny for the adults watching the show. Tell us, did you notice the adult innuendo when you were a kid?
Oh, Bertram, you frisky rascal.
That's not me.
And do you have other examples of mature jokes that we didn't include here? Leave us a comment below. As usual, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell as we bring you more juicy info, gossip, and speculation about the shows and stars you know and love. Until next time.